verse. I'm like, Esau, hating to.
Testing, testing. All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, the Akim and the Akwaf scattered on the four corners of the planet Earth that have returned to the obedience of the scriptures in these latter days. All right, who are Israelites. All right, I'm the brother Arak, and I got the brother Tasha with me.
Shalom, shalom.
And wanted to do a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And I entitled it on both of our pages, "The Calm Before the Storm." ... The prophecy is speaking. All right, prophecy is speaking. You know, the elder apostle, I did a video, you know, a couple hours ago, going into basically how action packed, so to speak, this first week of so-called 2026 has been. All right, it's been action packed. All right, and everything is right on schedule through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Everything is playing out how the men of the Lord said it would play out, how they prophesied it would play out. So if you're a believer, if you're in the truth and you believe on the names of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you should be comforted. You should be comforted, you know, because we've been given this truth during this grace period, which really should have put the spirit on you to prep in the spirit, to prepare the same spirit that Noah had, you know. So we understand the seriousness of these times, the urgency, but we also have faith, you know, that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to keep our spirits, you know, throughout these turbulent times. You got anything?
Kind. And also that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to work that perfect work.
Yep.
You know, and this is the beginning of it. You know, if you've been in this truth, you know, for a time, you know, you have built up, you know, that treasure of faith. All right, you know, that how Ba'ashem Yahushai is giving to you. All right, and hey, it's here. Everything that was said is here. All right, it's at the doorstep.
Yep.
You know, and you know, you should have a fear, but it's not a fear of the world. It's a fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and what is he gonna do next? You know, because it's about to get it's getting good.
Mm-hmm.
This is the part of the movie where it's just, you know, shock and awe. Yeah, ooh, ah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, call y'all about Shabir Shai, but hey, you got it, Ox. Like, I don't want to speak too much.
I'll start here, and this is Revelation chapter 7, and I'm going to read verses 1, 2, and 3, and it says, and after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, right? And when you read the previous chapter, Revelation 6, one of the things that it goes into in that chapter is that red horse, you know, and that red horse is talking about Esau, all right, the red man, so-called, you know, self-proclaimed white man, who is red, all right, and he's definitely playing his part, right? As you can see, if you've been following the news, you're following, you know, Trump and the things that Babylon the Great, the moves that Babylon is making, all right, you should be able to see that Esau is, in fact, that red horse, all right, that harbinger of death that the scriptures speak of, all right? But then in this chapter, it goes into the deliverance of the elect, okay? So Revelation 7 and 1, it says, and after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. All right, and the winds represent destruction. You know, because when you consider wind, especially like out on the water, all right, or out on the sea, you know, because the people are likened unto the waters when you read Revelation 17. Wind can kill your ass.
Yeah.
Wind is extremely powerful. It's turbulent. You know, so wind represents destruction here. Verse 2.
And that wind could also be coming from, you know, the missiles, because it's going to be a wall of wind that shoots through.
Yep.
Everything.
I want to say that's Jeremiah 50 or 51. The destroying wind.
The destroying wind.
Bro.
You know, but.
Yep. And then I was actually going to make another point on that, because it says that the angels are holding
back
the four winds, going into the point, like the title of the lesson.
Yeah.
The calm before the storm.
Yeah, calm before the storm.
You know, the Lord is got angels holding back the destruction right now, because the elect are still being sealed. You know.
Come on. You got it.
Verse 2, it says, "And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea." All right, and that tells you right there, the Lord ain't come for everybody.
Nope.
The Lord literally charged these angels with hurting the earth and the sea, with holding back the winds. All right, but then the Lord is going to give them the command to go ahead and get busy. You know, and that's what we're on the brink of right now.
Like this is like a preparation stage. You know, everybody's picking their corners. You know, picking their best sword. You know, you know, getting ready to, you know, make that first initial swing. You know, so hey.
And you can tell, bro.
Yeah.
Like the amount of animosity that's built up, the amount of anger and angst that's built up in these people all throughout the planet Earth. You can feel it. Something is getting ready to just pop, man.
And like we are really waiting on that one thing to just, you know, make it happen. You know, wars and rumors of wars are going like bananas right now.
Yep.
You know?
It says, verse 3, it says, saying, "Hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua in their foreheads." All right, and you can link that with Ezekiel the 9th chapter.
Yeah.
All right, where it goes into that the Wah. All right, in which I'm gonna get to the point on. I'm gonna get to the point on it. Ezekiel chapter 9. I'm gonna jump to the point of verse 4, and it says, "And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof."
Now, that's that 3-stage lens again. It said go through the midst of the city. What is America right now? It's a big ass city. Then it says second lens, go into the midst of Jerusalem. So Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. So the Most High is searching out Jerusalem with candles right now, you know, to find the righteous men, you know, of the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the ones that they're doing the work. All right, and he's letting, you know, demons attack those that aren't doing the work, as you can see in Israel right now, because they have not the truth, you know. But he's sealing, you know, and going from house to house, you know. But you got it, so like.
Yep, no, that's a good point, because that word Jerusalem means teaching of peace. All right, and who's doing that in today's time?
Who's teaching?
Right, right. The ones that are teaching the proper doctrine.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that are teaching the 100% truth, teaching Yahushua.
Yeah.
All right, because that's really the only peace that matters. You can have superficial peace. You can have a nice bank account. You can have a cool wife,
But
right? But guess what? Are you in good standing with the King of the universe? That's the peace that we want.
Yeah, because these guys that love this world, they gonna die therein, man.
Yep.
You know, it already says that 2/3 are gonna die therein. And hey, you picked your side of the damn line. You know, call it out by Shimmy all shot. More room on the chariot, you know.
Yep.
But
and that's why the scriptures talk about reconciliation.
Mm-hmm.
When you go into that word in the Greek, it goes into restoring friendly relations. You know, like taking heed to this word, abiding in the fear and the faith of Yahushua is restoring friendly relations. You know, everybody outside this circle, they're not gonna get those. They're not gonna get that side of Yahushua. They're not gonna get the mercy. All right, they're not gonna get the mark, the righteous mark. All right, they're gonna be destroyed. All right, this is verse 5, Ezekiel 9:5. It says, "Unto the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. All right, let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity. Okay, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary."
That makes me think of that Luke chapter 19 verse 27. You know, you know, because Yahushua is not a respectable person. You know, those that chose not to follow his ways. You know, those that wish that he doesn't reign over them. You know, these other camps. I'll read it.
I got it too.
All right, come on. It says.
Can you read it?
Yeah, Bible shot.
Yep, this is Luke chapter 19, in verse 27. It says, "But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring thither and slay them before me."
You know, because everybody has a mindset of how Yahushua is, but you know, those ones that are actually doers of the word, you know, those ones that are actually seeking for that mercy, knows that he is a mighty power and he is meant to be feared. You know, but Uncle Shay, you got it. I don't want to speak too much.
I mean, no, that was all the precept had. Yeah. You didn't have any more precepts?
Yeah. Well, just going into how Yahushua is going to as he's giving mercy unto the elect, the wicked is going to catch holy hell in every step. You know, leading up to him returning. You know, Esau Edom, you know, he doesn't see his he's made enemies out of his friends. You know, he's so caught up in his own shit, he doesn't see or he doesn't care. You know, I hope I'm saying this right.
He's a psychopath.
Yeah,
Esau's a psychopath, man.
Like,
he doesn't give a fuck. That Habakkuk 2 outlines that whole thing.
Yeah.
He's insatiable.
Yeah. You know, he's trying to make him the number one in this next new world order. That's what he's trying to do. But like it's being shown openly that he ain't got it anymore. Mm-hmm. You know, that the world wants him to be pulled down. You know, and it's been seen openly. Okay, but I just want to say that.
God, I'll read this. This is Isaiah chapter 25. I'm gonna read verse 1 through verse. I'm gonna read about 5 or 6. Mm-hmm. It says, "O Lord, thou art my power. I will exalt thee. I will praise thy name, for thou hast done wonderful things." And that's something that can't be lost, even though we're in captivity. Yeah. Right? Even though, you know, this shit sucks, this shit played out, it is still a wonderful work that
he's doing.
you know that Yahweh Shema Shai is working. You know, that's why scriptures like Psalms 100 talk about enter ye into his gates with thanksgiving, roughly paraphrasing. Because even through all this, we still got no reason but to be thankful, considering that our nation really shouldn't even exist. We shouldn't exist. The only reason we exist is because he exists. And he decided to create us, you know, and to choose us. All right. So it says, O Lord, thou art my power, I will exalt thee, I will praise thy name, for thou hast done wonderful things. Thy counsels of old are faithfulness and truth.
Mm-hmm.
And those counsels that is talking, that counsels, it's prophecy. You know, it's the will of Yahweh Shem Yahshua playing out here on the planet Earth.
Right.
Okay, verse 2, and feel free to interject wherever.
Right.
It says, Isaiah 25:2, for thou hast made of a city an heap, of a defense city a ruin, a palace of strangers to be no city, it shall never be built. You know, and this defense city that is talking about, this city right here is talking about Babylon the Great. All right, palace of strangers. Okay, what is Babylon is known as a melting pot.
Yeah.
Right, immigrants' dream paradise. Right, and now we see, all right, with Trump basically trying to revamp the Monroe Doctrine, which is basically the domination of the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah, he's trying to bring back that white superiority.
This is that defense city.
Yeah.
You know?
But
you got
it's like it.
You got it.
It's a defense city, but it's a city without defense. You know,
it's an oxymoron.
It's the city of unwalled villages, as it says in Ezekiel. You know,
that's the balance of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, like, because that's a stumbling block to certain people. Like, some people read those two scriptures
and won't even get it,
and they don't know that it's talking about the same place.
Yeah.
Like, how? Okay, well, prove to me that's Babylon the Great, because it says here that's unwalled village. Well, it's all discerned through the Spirit.
Yep. Talks
about that in 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter. Spiritual man or a natural man can't
understand the spiritual things.
Right. But like the brother's saying, Babylon the Great is unwalled villages because there's holes, there's chinks in the armor.
Yep.
You know?
And so that's why this is beautiful to look upon. This story, especially in this point of the story. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's because the world sees Babylon the Great, you know, which is AKA America, as being a mighty empire, but yet it's not like Troy. You know, Troy was a mighty empire, all right, but it doesn't have any defense. Mm-hmm. You know, and then on top of that, its army is stretched so thin. Yep. Because with all these with his army, mm-hmm. you know, it's scattered around the whole world. All right, like Rome. Yep. You know, and Rome was an unwalled village as well. You know.
Yeah. I have a point. I got a precept real quick. It's going into something you said. It's Hebrews 11:1, because it takes faith to see that scripture, the unwalled villages, to understand it, to believe it. All the scriptures, you have to see it.
Yeah,
you got to believe it. You know, this Hebrews 11:1. It says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Right, and that's what the brother's breaking down. He's breaking down the evidence.
Yeah.
Like, not only can we tell you what the scriptures say, but we can prove this stuff in a way that we can prove it.
Yeah, in the way that you can understand.
Right.
You know, because Elder Ariala always says, you know, as you're reading something, you know, you have to visualize it. Mm-hmm. You know, so Babylon, yes, it's a mighty city. Yes, it's a strong country. You know, but as you look at it, it's like it can be attacked from multiple fronts.
Yep, it's wide open.
It's wide open. I mean, Russia can come over the Atlantic or the over the Arctic, you know, and boom, you know, and really the missile coming from Russia going that way can get here quicker. You know,
got the subs.
You know, and that's why this is the most wonderful time to actually be alive, because there's always something to see.
Well,
you know,
you got something?
I was gonna pull that.
Yeah, you got it.
This is Sirach chapter 25, verse 7. It says, "There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue." It says, "A man that hath joy of his children," which is something that we can't get on this side right now, and well, most of us can't get, but some brothers do have joy of their children because they get to see their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it says, and he that liveth, like it.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy." All right, so we are living in the time where we get to see how about Shimei Shai fall. Well, yeah. How about Shimei Shai, judge Babylon the Great and make this country fall little and little.
Yeah, and that joy is gonna make up.
It's
gonna make up for everything. The joy, the mercy, Abaratazah. But even if you got to be a martyr, the Lord is gonna be with you. The Lord is not like the Lord gonna be with you, and then the Lord is gonna resurrect you. It does say of the scriptures.
Yeah, because he's not gonna forsake his elect.
Yep.
Yep. And like it's like a Baruch, Baruch 4, how these people were so glad to see the fall of Israel, or us go down a lackadaisical state.
Mm-hmm.
But now we get to see them mourning.
Yep.
We see them languishing every day.
Yep.
And as we see this place falling, it just makes you realize, like, hey, the kingdom is almost here. You're falling, you're welling. You got some Edomites going over there to jump off a bridge. Hey, call it out by Shimei Shai.
And it's not gonna get better for you, heathen, either.
Hell no.
Y'all finna be in the miseries. Scriptures talk about great miseries.
Yeah, because that's the curses falling upon you. That's the Deuteronomy 30.
And y'all gonna beg for any type of
peace
or reprieve. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like in Judges, like when the nation of Israel would get a judge, right? Be good, the judge would fall off. We fall right back into some bullshit. Be going through it and then call out for another judge. Y'all gonna be calling out when the elect get beamed up, and we're in the chariot, Lord willing, for whatever amount of time the Lord say fit. Y'all gonna be begging for rulership,
mm-hmm.
And that's when the elect gonna come down. We gonna get you, gonna hit your ass with that rod of iron.
Bing.
But you still gonna be grateful. We gonna whoop your ass, but y'all still gonna be grateful.
But Esau, it ain't gonna be a bitch ass nigga the whole way through.
Yep. That's why he gonna just be X'd out,
eliminated.
Yep.
He's gonna be removed skillfully, by the hands of Yahweh Shimei Shai and the elect.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll finish these last 2 verses. This is Isaiah chapter 25 and verse 3 and 4. It says, "Therefore shall the strong people glorify thee. The city of terrible nations shall fear thee."
Mm.
All right. It says, "For thou hast been a strength to the poor, a strength to the needy in his distress, a refuge from the storm, a shadow from the heat, when the blast of the terrible ones is as a storm against the wall." All right. So, like we started off the lesson, okay, calm before the storm. All right. The Lord is going to be a shelter. The Lord is going to be a refuge.
Strong defense
against the storm that we're speaking about, which is basically all hell breaking loose.
Yeah. And I think that's that Sirach chapter 34. You know how Bashim Shai is going to be a defense from the heat. You know, I think 34 and 17. That'd be the point. Or
16.
16.
I'll read verse 15 too.
Bible shot.
Sirach 34 and 15, it says, "Blessed is the soul of him that feareth the Lord. To whom doth he look, and who is his strength?"
How Shemel Shai? You know, because he is the reason for the season, and he's the reason why we're going to get out of there. You got it.
Verse 16, it says, "For the eyes of the Lord are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong stay, a defense from the heat, a cover from the sun at noon, a preservation from stumbling, and an help from falling."
See, and in this storm to come, you know, Esau Edom has to come down with a great wrath, you know, and he's about to start, you know, trying to take out the elect, you know, or those that call upon the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You know, it's going to be hell and fire everywhere. You know, he's going to try to cut off the videos, cut off communication, lines of communication that bros have, you know, because he's going to try to make this word and the way that we are preaching back like in Psalm 83, you know, he's basically going to try to set that back up, you know.
Yep, they're finna try to cut us off from being a nation.
Yep.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Nah, that was your precept. Was there more you wanted? I finished that.
You finished 16?
Yeah, that was 16.
Yeah, that was it on that one.
Did you have anything else? I didn't.
Okay, kind. You know.
Kind. Well, I'll go ahead and wrap it up on that. Let me see if there's anything else I had. No, that was it. So, Lord willing, you know, we just wanted to go into that through the Spirit. Want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors again to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. And shalom to the next lesson.
Shalom.